Hello, manufacturing students. This is Mr. White. Again, you are in the right place if you're clicking on the virtual, if you're in the virtual class for Manufacturing 1. I'm not your official teacher, Mr. Reynolds is. Luckily, you've met him before now. So you can see that in person, you're going to be with Mr. Reynolds. And eventually, he's also going to be your virtual teacher. But while he's transitioning into this role, he's going to be just the in-person teacher for your class, and I will be the virtual teacher. Now, that's not the case for manufacturing B3 and B4. I'll be your full teacher in both areas. So, but for gold manufacturing classes, you guys will see me just for a little while virtually, okay? So today I wanted to go over a lesson. Now, this lesson's important to learn, and it's difficult. But it's going to be at your own pace. I want you to try it and really practice today. Okay, so this is called Onshape. Some of you might have used Onshape, but we're going to do our first practice with Onshape. Okay. Some of you have done it. Maybe if you've been in classes with tech classes before, but most of you haven't. So let's get started and take a look. So in the assignments for our class, there's something called Onshape practice, and I'll go ahead and add it to the module for this week as well. So this Onshape practice. So you can find it both in the module and on the assignment page on Canvas. Now, when you go in here, what you're going to do is you're going to click on the first link up here. So this is Onshape is a cloud-based CAD software that I want you to try. So you're going to click on the first link, and when you do that, it's going to take you to a page where you sign up for something. Okay, you create an account, an education account. Put your name in there, your school email. Are you a student? Yes. High school. But it's going to take you to another information page where you do a little bit more detail, and then at the end, it's going to send you an activation email. And so it sends the activation email to the email that you put here. Okay. I've had a student before say for some reason didn't work on the school email, and then they used a personal email, and then it worked. So first try your school email a couple times, and then you can maybe switch to personal email if that's not working. So once you log in, you're going to come and you're going to look. I'll log in so you can see. You can see that you can create parts up here, like 3D modeled parts, and you can also create drawings and stuff like that, which will be very vital, for manufacturing. So going back to the assignment, that's the first link. You actually create the account. The second link is probably more important, but it's the second link, so it's the second thing you should do. You go to this link, which is learn.onshape.com. When I go to learn.onshape.com, it's going to take me to the self-paced courses. Okay, so this is where you're going to start your practice, your assignment today. So the place I want you to start is a little bit farther than just the beginning, because I want to try to give you this practice, and then we can go back and look at some previous stuff if it's not clicking. So I'm going to click on the self-paced courses up here. I'm going to click on the learning pathways, and you should see some courses over here. Now, when I click on the course I want you to click on, which is Introduction to CAD, you should start to see over here that there's lessons, but there might even be, which is important, a login button. The login button is the same login that you just created for Onshape. So go ahead and log in there so that it can link up this Learn Onshape to your Onshape account. And what it'll do is you'll be able to work with Onshape at the same time as you go through these self-paced courses. So the one I want you to start with is this Introduction to Part Design. Going back to Canvas, I want to take a look. There's a video on how to create this part down here, which is what I want you to create. There's also a link at the bottom here that would go directly to the section in learn.onshape that would take you to this section and kind of go through step by step here. But the video, I think the first video is the video that I created last year to make this part. If you just start and try to watch the video and try to do it, it's going to be difficult. So you need to do these previous steps before you can start that video. So when I click on Introduction to Part Design, I'm going to go, okay, view course or start course or whatever it says. And you can see on the left side, it really starts like, okay, you actually go through these things and these skills, and then you start doing some practice. Where we're at and where this lesson kind of is going to take you, or hopes to start with, is you actually can start with this number 2. That's probably one of the best places to start and to click on. So for example, I would click on basic sketch geometry. I'd watch the video, kind of like take some notes, even look at some of the tips it has over here, which will help you in the future. Okay, I'd actually go through that just like a PowerPoint kind of deal, click through it, watching the videos, trying the step-by-step thing on Onshape. So again, it's going to be like, okay, let me go on to Onshape. Let me look at the Learn. Let me go into Onshape and look at Learn. So if you have 2 monitors, that'd be awesome. But if you just have your Chromebook, that's okay too. You could just switch the tabs over. Ultimately, where you want to go today is the exercise extrude. So eventually you get to the exercise extrude. And when you click through this, you'll see that it's step-by-step instructions on how to create the part that you saw on Canvas. Okay, that's what the video goes over. My video goes over doing all these things. So what you're going to do is you're going to try to follow the video and follow these step-by-step instructions to create this part. It's going to be difficult. At the very end, it does like a little quiz thing where you say, okay, mass properties and all this stuff. You can kind of look at it. Listen, it's going to take not only looking at the pictures and things like that, watching the video, it will take possibly reading. Okay, you actually have to read this section over here, which will be important. Okay, so it's going to take some different skills to create this part. But Onshape is going to be a really good tool for us to use virtually and in person, because it's going to be the way we're planning to create parts in the lab. All right. So going back to Canvas, you're creating this part that you see here. The check-in document kind of ties into this, because the check-in document is where you do a screenshot of the part you created, not this part here, but the part you created. You can select a different color of the part and you can screenshot it. Okay, and that would be the idea that you check in. Okay, if you don't finish the part and you've been working on it for an hour or so like that, then screenshot what you have on Onshape or that you've entered Onshape. That's fine. Okay, so going back to the check-in document here, it's going to be Onshape. Okay, show you this. Follow the lesson instructions. It's a video lesson. Screenshot. Place a screenshot of your part in your row here. Okay, you might take a big screenshot and then you just move it down. Okay. All right. Does that? Well, I can't ask you, but hopefully that sounds good. Make sure you save any questions that you have, and you can put your questions in the check-in document too in your row, so that I know that, hey, we're there, and they're asking a question. All right. Have a good day, guys. This is the virtual class for you. So this video represents the virtual class for you. All right, take care. Try to do that objective. I want to see at least an effort, okay? And I'd love to see you guys get through that part. Remember, I'm one resource, but that learn.onshape is going to take you through even more resources. All right, take care.